Just got some orders I gotta make. Let's see what is going on in the world. Today is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Um, Jimmy Kimmel is coming back to TV after everyone. The Jimmy Kimmel situation is actually really funny to me because they said it had to do with what he said about Trump and whatnot, and it was just and everyone got all mad with them about the free speech aspect of it. Jimmy Kimmel told a bad joke, Trump didn't like it, and NBC, ABC, whatever, the alphabet soup had to get a deal done, so they needed the administration happy with them, so they took off Jimmy Kimmel. And Disney, after everyone got all mad at them, Disney decided to bring Jimmy Kimmel back. And this reminds me a lot of Target. What happened to Target a while earlier in the year? Was it earlier in the year? I forget when the Target thing happened. But I was thinking about the Jimmy Kimmel stuff, and then I was thinking about what happened to Target. If you guys don't remember, earlier in the year, Target was heavy. No, sorry, not early in the year. Before this year, Target was heavy into DEI woke stuff, right? And then the beginning of the year when Trump came in, they decided to cancel all their DEI stuff, all their woke stuff, and people got all mad at Target for basically flip-flopping for profit. That's basically why everyone's mad at Target. And they lost billions of dollars on this whole flip-flop thing. Like, if Target just didn't do any of that, they would be fine. Like, Amazon didn't do any of that. Walmart didn't do any of that, but Target went all in on the DEI woke stuff before, and then Trump administration came in. They saw the writing on the wall, and then they were like, "We don't want to do the woke stuff anymore. It's not jamming with the current environment, so we're just gonna get rid of it." And people got mad at them because when you do stuff like that, the Target situation, right? They went all wokey, and then the people that aren't wokey got mad at them, right? And then when they decided to reverse course to go back to basically get rid of all that stuff, now the people that like the wokey stuff, which keep in mind, I never understood the Target or just any company going so far into like the diversification stuff. It made no sense to me. I just me personally, I never bought something just because I saw someone that was like Asian or whatever on the advertisements and go, "Oh, that's for me." Like, I don't know. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I just never thought that it factor in. Like, who does this a lot? Okay. Old Navy. Let's talk about Old Navy real quick. Just a quick tangent, okay? Old Navy has always been diversified. Like, they've always, if you look at Old Navy advertisements, they're always like, one of every color, right? That's how Old Navy has always marketed their stuff. One of every color. No one ever gets mad at Old Navy because that's the way they've always done it. What Target did was they had their advertisement a certain way, and then they changed it all wokey DEIE, and then they reversed back, and then they lost all their customers. Like, people were so upset with Target. Right. This Jimmy Kimmel thing, I feel like, is the lose-lose for Disney because they canceled Jimmy Kimmel, right? And then they lost billions of dollars. People got all mad at them, right? So they're gonna lose, like, because the only reason why they brought Jimmy Kimmel back, let's have no illusions. The only reason they brought Jimmy Kimmel back is because they lost so many subscriptions, right? They lost mucho dinero, lots of money, and they were like, "Oh, we gotta stop the bleeding. Bring the Kimmel back." Right? Guess what? The people that canceled your subscription already see that. Like they know that's why. And then the people that didn't like Jimmy Kimmel are still upset with you because you brought him back. So in a way, they're in a lose-lose. There's no winning for Disney on this Jimmy Kimmel situation, right? People that canceled their subscription are not coming back just because you brought Jimmy Kimmel back. People that don't like Jimmy Kimmel are not gonna sign up because they don't like Jimmy Kimmel. Like, it was better for Disney to literally. Okay, whoever was in charge of this whole thing needs to get fired at Disney, because this is a complete avoidable situation. Literally, if they did nothing, no one would care. The fact that they're bringing back the Jimmy Kimmel show, they did all that damage to themselves for absolutely no gain whatsoever. I mean, I guess, yeah, no gain whatsoever, because let me see this. Oh, did I not bring it? All right, I'll be right back. I got it. You know what I mean? That was completely unnecessary damage that they did to their company. But I don't know. I just felt like it's so dumb. Who? I'm just curious. Do those diversified like advertisements work on anyone? Like, if you need to buy. The easiest one to talk about is, I guess, clothes, because they always do diversified clothes. But clothes, I guess, is a little bit different because you want to see how you, whatever nationality you are, would look like in those clothes, right? But I'm just saying, clothes. I just can't imagine. Josh Johnson's got a great joke about this, a great bit about this. He was talking about how every summer, every year, they do like watermelon plates and stuff like that, and sometimes they'll have like a black person eating, off a watermelon plate or whatever. And his thought is, if you saw watermelon plates, and if you're like someone with darker complexion, would you go, "Oh my god, I gotta buy this," or you just like, "I just need watermelon plates and I'm gonna buy it"? Like, that's how I feel. I don't know. This could be me. I'm just speaking personally. I don't feel like it matters at all. I don't see like, oh, there's some like toilet paper with an Asian guy on there. I'm buying this one opposed to whatever other brand that's out there. Because right now, especially right now, I'm just looking at prices of stuff. I don't care if there's like I don't know, like an Asian guy or whatever using the toilet paper. Who cares? You just need to buy it. I don't understand why they needed to go with those diversified adverts. That makes no sense. I know I am getting very sick of seeing. Okay, there's two different things. I just finished watching Quantum Leap, the new one, the reboot on. It's on Netflix now, and I was very disappointed that they didn't get picked up for a third season, right? But it is weird when you have so many shows that have like they gotta have one of every flavor. You know what I mean? Like that part doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I wish central casting, whoever does casting, they would just do a little bit more like realistic vibes, because like it seems like like they get one from every single demographic, and I know the marketing thought behind the one of every demographic idea. If you get one from every single like demographic, a white girl, a black girl, an Asian girl, a gay guy, a Latina, like you get one from every single color, there's a chance that maybe someone from that group will identify with that person and watch your show. I believe that's the idea. Someone in casting can correct me on that, but I believe that's the idea. I just hate that what they do a lot of times is they get one from every color, and I mean, I guess I'm pretty sure a lot of people hate this. They get one from every single color, but it doesn't make sense in their story. So I just finished watching Quantum Leap as I was getting into this, and they have one. I mean, when I was watching the show, I thought he looked kind of like different, and then as the show progressed, he's a transitioning guy, right? In the show, if you watch Quantum Leap, the new one with the Asian lead actor, and they have like a scientist, and he's at the beginning of the show he's normal, but there's two seasons, right? I'll save you some heartache, maybe a little bit of spoiler. There's supposed to be a third season, but they never got there, you know. Which is the most annoying thing to happen for any show that you get invested in, especially if you watch like two seasons of a show, and these shows these days is not like the old days, right? The old days, back in like early 2000s, 90s, that time, maybe mid 2000s, like the shows, they wrap up every season as if it's the last season. Starting like early mid 2000s, all the shows, they started doing cliffhangers at the end of their seasons. And it's the most annoying thing when the show does a cliffhanger ending for the season and doesn't get picked up again. Oh, I hate it so much. Like, I wish they could just find out just a little bit earlier that the show's not gonna get picked up, and they just go ham on the last episode. Or if a show doesn't get picked up and maybe the show's been going on for like 3 seasons, can they just give that show a... I'm telling you, this will be a great this will be a great moneymaker for whoever's in charge of this. I'm letting you guys know this is a great moneymaker, because every time this has happened, it's been great. If a show goes on for more than 2 seasons, that means somebody made money on this, okay? Nobody is greenlighting a show for 2 seasons to lose money. If a show goes on for 2 seasons and they find out they're not getting picked up for a 3rd season, please give them a wrap-up episode. 1 episode, an hour-long special to wrap it up. People will watch it, you'll get a bunch of views in, and the fans are happy. It's because if you let the... let's just go back to my Quantum Leap example, okay? You let the show end with its cliffhanger ending. There are people that watch this show, right? I read the reviews on it. I guess it was very popular first season. Second season, it fell off. Okay, but people watched the second season, and on the internet, people were like, "Where's the 3rd season? Is there a 3rd season coming? Or was there a 3rd season?" And then they're like, "No, there's no 3rd season." Okay. The show is good enough to get 2 seasons. Give them 1 episode. People watch the show. They get invested, right? Give them a wrap-up episode. How hard can that be? You can literally just take out all the main characters if you want in the last episode. Go crazy. Last episode. Let's do it. I don't know how we got here, but yes. Oh, I remember now how we got here. Okay, if you watch the newer Quantum Leap, right? They have a character on there that in the beginning of the seasons, first few episodes, I thought the guy just looked a little um feminist, you know, like he looked a little like he was moving to the other side. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. I didn't think much of it. And then as the show went on, every single episode, this it's like watching the guy, he, she, whatever, um, move along the progression path as each episode goes on. It was actually very, it became very, it did become very distracting because I'm like, this, this person is wild. Like, one, he's supposed to be a scientist, right? Or some computer guy, some computer techie guy. But each episode, his outfits will get more and more wild. And I'm like, who goes to work like this? Like, like I remember one episode, uh, the guy had eyebrows, and then one episode, he shaved his eyebrows off. And I was like, oh my god. No. And then it was wearing like leather and oh it's crazy. I can't imagine a computer nerd person dressing like that. That's crazy. But my point is that didn't need to be in the show. I understand you're trying to give this person work and whatnot. I'm just thinking that that's not the role for this because it was very distracting from the show. Who knows? Who knows? Very distracting. Oh, my other point is yeah. I remember Wednesday came out, right? The new second season, and I watched that with my family, and then I'm on the internet, and I saw people posting about the lack of diversification inside Wednesday, and I was thinking to myself, but the, they're saying there weren't enough colored people in there, darker skins, right? And I'm like, one of the main characters is black. It's a black girl. It's a black female. Like she's literally one of the main characters. And like I don't know if that post was trolling or not, but when I walk around town, maybe it's just the area that I'm in. I don't know, but the demographics doesn't support having more than one or two. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it just that's just not how I guess a big chunk of America is, right? I remember when we were looking during the beginning of the pandemic, right? We were looking at different states to move to because we were thinking, oh, let's get out of here. I don't want to maybe just change up the scenery. This is before the pandemic. I remember a big thing was looking up demographics of different states, right? Because we want to see what you're getting into, and I'm looking around at different states and like the stats and whatnot. To see where we want to go, and most of the country is like is white, right? Like we're in America. Most of the country is white. It's like white, Hispanic, Asian. It's like white, Hispanic, then Asian, and then African American or black. You know what I mean? So that's the breakdown, right? And so when I see stuff like, oh, we want the shows and movies to show accurate representation, I'm like, they are doing accurate representation. Like you watch the shows now, they're like, it's like a bunch of white people, maybe you gotta have one or two Asian people, and then you gotta have like a Latina or Latino in there somewhere, and then a black person. Like literally that's the demographic of America. So if you have more than right. Right, am I wrong? Am I crazy? That is the demographic. I looked around at different states. That's literally the breakdown. Now, some states are broken a little bit differently, but that's generally, if you look around, that's the general demographic of most of the states around. Oh, except for Colorado. I looked at Colorado, and it was 90%. Because we were like, oh, maybe we move to Colorado. That seems kind of like a kind of nice place. Housing is cheap. Um, there is, it's kind of in a little bit. It seemed nice. It's kind of liberal-ish, I guess. I don't know. And but I was like, whoa, the demographics for this is like, I was like, dang, 90%. That's a lot. It's a lot. All right, what else is going on? Oh, as we're on right now, as I'm making these orders, Trump is speaking, or he wrapped up his speech to the UN. Right, the UN's meeting today, and I listened to a little bit of it this morning as I was, doing my errands. And what I think is very interesting though is, the UN is like a place where, like, they discuss, like, it's called the United Nations, right? And they're supposed to go over like stuff that's affecting the world, like this world stuff, right? Stuff that's for everybody. United Nations is like, we're here to talk about world stuff. And then I didn't listen to any other. I'm sure other leaders had speeches, right? But Trump is such a guy that he kind of just sucks up all the oxygen in a room, right? So only thing I saw were clips and parts of Trump's speech, and make sure it's right. Yeah. And I have to say, what I find very interesting, I wonder what goes through the mind of like these other leaders as he's kind of go up there. He's bashing people, which, that's whatever. I don't care about that. He's bashing other nations and whatnot. That doesn't really matter because it is what it is, right? That's what you expect from Trump. But what I find very interesting is actually, when he goes on to long tangents about stuff that is only pertained to America. That's the part of what I wonder about when he's at the UN. What goes through the minds of these other world leaders as he goes into these long tangents about American stuff. Like, I wonder, do they care? Do they kind of tune out? That's the part that I'm really interested in, because like, the clip that I saw of Trump at the UN, let me make sure I got this order, is he was going into tangents about how safe DC is now, right? And I was like, yeah, that's great, but why does Germany care about how safe DC is now? Like, the UN, I always, at least, correct me if I'm wrong, the UN is a place where, at least this is what I always thought when I was a kid, is where they discuss world affairs, global problems, right? But Trump was out there speaking about American problems, which I get. Like, he's the America First candidate. I totally get it. But it's like kind of like wrong place, wrong time thought process that I have. Because I just thought that was very strange that he went up there and he basically just he was talking about, like, he was supposed to be the guy to remodel the UN. He lost the bid for it. He was talking about how he made DC a wonderful place now. He was talking about, I don't know, windmills again. His obsession with windmills is actually really interesting. He like hates windmills. That's crazy too. I can't. What do windmills do to Donald Trump? He hates them so much. Any chance that he can get to bash windmills, he will take it. Maybe because, like, and I was thinking today, like, oh, this one messed up. I was thinking that, oh, these other leaders are here, like, here it is. These other world leaders are here, like Switzerland and Germany. Germany and those the European countries are big into like the green energy stuff. So, Trump's up there bashing green energy like crazy. I'm just curious, like, what goes through their mind when they talk, when he's talking like that, and I'm wondering, like, why do they even care? Like, it's such a weird thought to me that I'm like, this is such a. He's talking about unique American problems, and Germany is like, yeah, we're here to talk about global problems. Ah, he did make some very valid points. Oh, okay. This is what I think about the whole um, Trump administration, because yesterday we had the autism, the tism, autism, Tylenol talk, right? Don't do it. Don't take it. That's the best part of it. Don't do it. Don't take it. Um, it seems to me that the whole administration is just built off of bro science. That's literally what when I saw the stuff yesterday, I was like, this is great. It makes sense if you just close your eyes and listen. It's like major bro science. Almost everything he does is like bro science. The easiest way that you can explain something, that's it. Like, you have to boil down an idea to the most basic part, and then that's what they latch onto. Like major bro science stuff. Let's see, what were they talking about yesterday? That about the vaccines, and I was like, huh. Oh, I know. You were talking about the big thing about Trump was saying is that they pump the kids like full of vaccines right away. Like, I don't know, it's like 80 shots or something. I think that's what he said, like 80 shots. And he was saying like basically, spread them out. Right? And I was like, okay. And he was like, oh, they should do one at a time or something of that nature. My thought process on that is the reason why they do, someone correct me if I'm wrong. He was saying that some kind of money making scheme that they put them all together, and then they make you get it as like a big cocktail, right? That's what he's saying. He was basically saying it's a big money making scheme, and he's but he the problem with what he says is that why I say it's like bro science stuff is that he doesn't give you any. He doesn't give you any like people that are doing it. He doesn't for sure give you any facts. It's literally just going off feelings. That's the part where it kind of bugs me a little bit. It's like the whole thing about the vaccines. If you watched the press conference yesterday, it was all it was all like feeling stuff. Like, oh, I feel that it's bad, so I'm telling you that it's bad. And then he goes like, I'm not a doctor, but I'm gonna give you this medical advice. But back to what I was saying about the vaccines and what Trump was saying about, there's some kind of money making scam that they are lumping them all together. I'm like, maybe, but I actually feel like it would be more expensive. It would cost more. Just if you're going off feelings and bro science, right? It would cost more, I feel like, to take the shots individually, because just the easy way to think about it is you use one needle, right, or whatever consumable that they use to administer the shots. They have like all kinds of stuff now. You use one consumable to do it, right? And now they'll give you like 2 vaccines in one. Now, if you split that into 2 shots, now you use 2 consumables. Technically, in the grand scheme of things, and you multiply this by millions, it would actually cost. The big pharma would actually make more money by administrating the shots individually. Maybe that's. And here's the thing that a lot of people on the internet, or just a lot of people think about a lot of times, is conspiracy theorists like to think about is, who's benefiting from anything. I think one thing that a lot of people were talking about before yesterday is that it didn't seem like it benefited anybody. Um, Whatever he was talking about with the vaccines and whatnot. But I was thinking the main person that benefits from from Trump's autism presser yesterday is whoever makes the consumables that goes into administrating shots. Oh, I'm doing this because I have a dog and I get fur on me. So I like to use this sticky part to get it. Right? Because now, instead of using one needle for, let's say, 2 vaccines, 3 vaccines, right, that you can combine together, they use 3 needles, 2 needles to do the same thing, technically doubling whoever makes those consumables profits on those items. Right? That's pretty common sense. That's right. That makes perfect sense. And so I'm all like, yeah, that's I don't know. That's what I feel like about that because the HPV thing, that's kind of weird. That's the one that I know a lot of people are always stuck on. But they're like, why are you giving HPV thing to kids? I don't know. I just thought it was very strange to see like podcasters and TV people now running the country. I don't know. Anyways, I'm done with my. See you guys later. Thanks for watching.